Hey guys, we got our day 5 update today that we wanted to share with you. Got all the details here and I'll just give it to you in a full detailed version. We did not get to freeze and biopsy any embryos today. We currently have 4 embryos that have progressed, and the embryologist said that they're looking healthy and good. I asked her if she could tell me how many cells they have, because on day 5 they're supposed to have 70 to 100 cells. She said that they don't count cells on day 5, so I don't know how many cells they have. I'll break down each embryo for you. So embryo number 1 is from the Tessie sperm. It is currently a blast, which is right before blastocyst. So that one's a blast, and she was able to give us a grade on that. So it's the only one that she was able to assign a grade to. So the grade for the number 1 is an EC. So they grade them through A to F. And the first letter is associated with the inner cell mass, which is the baby, and the second letter is associated with the trifectoderm, which is the placenta. So ours is a grade EC. The E is the baby cells, the C is the placenta. She said it's not poor quality, it's just too early still. So that's the best one so far, which is encouraging to hear, because on day 3 it was the second best one, but now all of a sudden it's the best one. So I think it made the surgery all worth it so far. It's nice that that one's growing. And then our number 2 embryo is a blast that came from the frozen sperm. Number 3 embryo is an early blast, and number 4 embryo is a very early blast. And she said the number 2, 3, and 4 at the stage that they're at, they look good, but it's still just too early for them. So I asked her what her opinions were about the embryos, and she said the Tessie embryo is looking good, and then she said she's almost for sure we'll be able to biopsy and freeze it, but not to quote her, so quoting her / not quoting her. And then she said that she's pretty sure they'll have 1 to 2 more to biopsy and freeze, which is what we're really hoping for. And then I asked her if she could look up our embryos from last time to give us an idea, you know, what did our day 5 look like last time. She said last time on day 5 we only had 1 early blast, and it expanded on day 6 and degenerated on day 7. So day 5 we only had 1 early blast, versus this day 5 we have 2 blasts, an early blast and a very early blast. So we're already doing better on this day 5 than we were doing on last day 5, which is encouraging to hear. So now we wait until day 6. I asked her if she could tell me what time she thinks she's going to call tomorrow, because I just sit and stare at my phone when I wake up, because the phone calls are hard to wait for, because you're going to hear about your babies, and it's hard to just sit around and wait. They called today at like 12:30-ish.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, 12:30-ish, I think. She said it really depends on several things. It'll probably be early morning, if not about noonish. She said if they do turn into blastocysts and she can biopsy and freeze them, then it'll take a little bit longer. So at least tomorrow, if it's getting later in the morning, might be something to hold on to, hoping that that's what she's doing, and that's why it's taking longer. So that's the update. 4 embryos still progressing on day 5, hoping that we can biopsy and freeze on day 6. I really did not want to go to day 6 and 7, because that's what we did last time, and that's just stressful on the embryos and stressful on my heart. And I just did not want to do that, but day 5 looks better than it did last time, so that's encouraging, and we're hopeful. So that's where we're at.
Good job.
Anything?
Good job.
No. He's a strong one now. Everything makes me cry. I cried like 10 times yesterday. And then cried when I got off the phone with them. So you're doing good. How are you feeling now?
Better.
He's feeling better today. I'm not sleeping well. I have to sleep sitting upright. I went to my sister's last night to try to get some rest, because they have recliners and we don't have recliners, but that didn't work. This guy watched a movie for a while and it was loud, and then he was trying to turn it up and down, and that remote clicker, I don't even know what he was doing. That was so loud, and then oh, I couldn't sleep.
Should have told me.
couldn't sleep.
I could barely hear it.
And my 13-year-old nephew, who plays percussion in his band, this morning decided he needed practice. I don't know if he does this every morning, but he's practicing at like
6:30.
6 a.m. And you heard it for a few minutes. I heard the entire rehearsal. Oh my gosh. My sister came out of her room and asked if I slept well, and I said the F word, and then I saw my 13-year-old nephew was there, and then I was like, oh, I'm sorry, freaking not. Ugh. I'm just exhausted. And definitely still fat. My stomach is freaking huge. One good thing is I lost 2 pounds yesterday, and I'm still at that same weight, so from when I started estrogen priming to when I got OHSS, I gained 10 pounds, which is very uncomfortable for me. But I lost 2 pounds, which is good, and hopefully a good sign that the OHSS is leaving my body, and maybe I'm getting rid of some of that fluid, because this is just like insanely uncomfortable. And yeah, it's hard having a stomach that's round and there's not a child in it. It's just fluid and large ovaries. Really sucks really bad. So hopefully that's a good sign. But that's all. We will give you our day 6 update tomorrow. And I know I said this yesterday, but hopefully tomorrow's video will be a happy report and a happy video. So that's all for today. We will see you guys tomorrow. Bye guys.